जिसके पास पैसा है वो पैसा नहीं बना सकता है, लेकिन जिसके पास स्टैमिना है वो टन्स ऑफ पैसा बना सकता है।
और जो सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं वो डरने बहुत लगते हैं।
बस खोने का डर आजकल इसीलिए लोग डरता है कि कुर्सी पे बैठ के रोता है, लेकिन
हिम्मत नहीं
छोड़ने के लिए। टेक ए डिसीजन, मेक इट राइट। At an age of 20, I lost one of my friend for cancer. So I used to get sampled every night, same night, before midnight and only in night.
कभी ऐसा हुआ कि फीस देनी है, पैसा नहीं है और आप सोच रहे हो कि अब मैं पढ़ाई करूं या जॉब करूं?
Never personally I have borrowed.
You have a little similar looks to Rajnikan.
पिताजी गरीब था, मैं गांव से आया ना, खेती में काम. These are all things today people attribute for reasons for failure.
एम्प्लॉय माइंडसेट से एम्प्लॉयर माइंडसेट में आप आए कैसे?
जीना तो कोयम्बतूर में भी जी सकता था, मुंबई तक आया तो
Today we have a guest who needs no introduction and who is as wise as Socrates, who is as humorous as Charlie Chaplin, and who is as rich as maybe he can be called as Bill Gates of India. Maybe?
No, just
a little
huge burden on me.
Very welcome, Dr. Velumani.
Thank you very much. I am told I am one among the top 100 richest Indians. So that's the position, exact position numerically.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Right.
So we will be talking on different aspects. First, you had a very challenging childhood. Was there a self-doubt? Because now I see that many of the young people who are in their early years of career, they are sometimes so full of self-doubt that whether they will make it, whether they will do it or not. Did you have self-doubt?
I think this self-doubt is something of late only I hear people talking. I always felt हम किसी से कम नहीं. Those days it was the movie name, but then हम सोचते थे हम किससे कम हैं. हो सकता है we don't have money, maybe born in village. All those things didn't look like negative to me, because for me at that age the village was the universe, not the whole universe. I think fortunately didn't have too much of distractions, too much of comparisons. The goal in my mother's angle, everybody in the family should have 3 meals in a day. No, that's her goal. And for me, her goal became my goal. And then there was no aspiration that one day I should become richest in Coimbatore or Tamil Nadu or India. All those things fortunately was not putting pressure on me. I was maturing. Then I realized what is a district. Then I realized what is a state and country. And then over a period of time, you grow, your dreams grow and you chase. Childhood, zero pressure.
Were you a good student?
I think I was a notorious student, I was told. Restless student was the title given. And I was a bit ahead of my peers in understanding education subjects or theories or chemistry or whatever is taught. I think I was having an ability to, or I was having time to read what teacher will teach me today, while all my colleagues were reading what teacher taught yesterday or last week.
Yes.
So I was ahead of that. In fact, one of my science teacher who is still alive, she told my wife when she met first time, this boy, I had to tell, you don't answer. Let somebody else answer, otherwise he will only answer. So I was controlled. So I am happy today that I had some kind of ability and confidence that my answer is right. So inferiority complex I never had. And today also, I can sit down somewhere had I not been active, aggressive, growing. मेरा पिताजी गरीब था, मैं गांव से आया ना, खेती में काम. These are all things today people attribute for reasons for failure. So I think in spite of all these things, if I have been successful, I want average Indian who is born in village, has not studied in English medium, has parents who are poor, to feel confident that if Dr. Velumani, who had even much worse condition than I had, if he is successful, I should become successful. So this is what a reason why I go as a motivator, go as a mass mentor, and my communication in podcast reels are reaching to the common man in villages, and he is getting energized. And I'm very happy that today we have technology and I can be heard from every village.
Very true. And did finances pose a problem? कभी ऐसा हुआ कि फीस देनी है, पैसा नहीं है, और आप सोच रहे हो कि अब मैं पढ़ाई करूं या जॉब करूं?
नहीं, ऐसा तो Tamil Nadu had wonderful chief ministers who brought even meals to the schools. 60s. Today Tamil Nadu is number 2 state in the country. And this is not happened because yesterday somebody wanted to become number 2 and they have become number 2. 60 years back, Tamil Nadu chief ministers had a vision. Education, if it is there, transformation will be there.
Yes.
And I think the government school I studied, in government school, no fees. And of course, primary school was government, but next school was private. But those days there was a very good human being who built a school, and he ran a trust, and it was only 5 rupees per annum was the school fee.
5 rupees per annum?
Per annum. But that itself also was posing some challenge. But then me and my mother worked in field to get some income to pay school fees for all children. And I was the eldest in the family. I must tell you, at an age of 11, I became the father of the family.
At the age of 11?
Yes. Because my father was neither an employee nor an employer. My mother, she had all the responsibilities, and she took it. And I saw my mother struggling alone. Then I felt I shouldn't allow her to struggle. I think any child who doesn't allow the mother to struggle will become a very big leader. I want children to understand, if you can do what your mother does, that means you can do what any CEO wants. So that is how my strength has been. I am from village. Villages are the true universities.
And this is such a good thing, villages are the true universities.
Because there is no theory, it's only practical.
Yes.
Morning to evening problem solving. So no money, you have to solve problem.
कभी पैसा नहीं है, कभी लाइट नहीं है, चीजें दूर है,
चल के जाना होगा, अंधेरे में जाना होगा, धूप में जाना होगा, बरसात में जाना होगा, अम्ब्रेला भी नहीं रहेगा. Wow. I think I have been telling very often, if your life starts in a no resources environment, later on when you have some resources, it will be too much of resources.
You will be happy.
Very happy, because you have survived when there was no resources.
Yes.
So in that way, I think lucky are those who are born to poor. Very often when I tell people, don't want to agree with me. But once I was yelling at my daughter for not doing something in a way in which I would have done it. She was silent for a few seconds and she said, Dad, you had the luxury of poverty.
Oh my goodness.
Which means she also understands father is a hero, omnipotent, because he was born poor. And she also made a statement which made me to think a lot. If I am daughter of a rich man, mera kasur todi. That's it. I want all who are born rich to understand your parents have not given you challenges, you didn't accept challenges, or you didn't have to face challenges because you have money. I think success in life is an ability to solve problems.
Yes.
And when a problem comes to you at an age of 20-25, सवाल ये उठता है कि am I tall or the problem is tall? And if you don't have problem solving capacity, the problem looks tall. The minute the problem is looking tall, you are defeated. So I am very happy that I faced so many challenges. I believe my ability is to see solution for every problem. And I could do that. Otherwise, becoming a successful entrepreneur for a boy from a village is not that imaginable.
That's not imaginable. जिनके पास बहुत पैसे भी होते हैं वो भी बिजनेस नहीं कर पाते हैं अक्सर.
I think मेरा एक पंचलाइन है, जिसका पास पैसा है वो पैसा नहीं बना सकता है, लेकिन जिसका पास स्टैमिना है वो टन्स ऑफ पैसा बना सकता है. तो स्टैमिना is the new currency. Today, because you are rich, your house has 2-3 servants. And आजकल के बच्चे के लिए 7 parents.
7 parents, actually yes.
डैडी मम्मी, डैडी का डैडी मम्मी, मम्मी का डैडी मम्मी, और एक सर्वेंट एंड व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी भी साथ में है. So that's the challenge. So according to me, poor have power. Poor, I write poverty where V is replaced by W.
Poverty.
Right? I think that's a Hindustan भी poor है. इसीलिए ट्रम्प डरता है, क्योंकि दिन रात होता है, रात दिन होता है, गरीब धनवान होता है, धनवान गरीब ही होता है.
इसीलिए आप देखें एक जनरेशन पैसा कमाती है, दूसरी गवाती है.
आपने सुना रहेगा, एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट है एक कूल ड्रिंक का, डर के आगे जीत है. लेकिन किसी को ये नहीं पता जीत के आगे भी डर है.
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू. और जो सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं वो डरने बहुत लगते हैं.
खोने का डर.
हाँ, उसके बाद तो वो इतना डर जाते हैं कि अब जो इतना बना लिया वो कैसे बचाया जाए.
सो ये बैग भरा रहेगा तो रास्ता में डर ज्यादा रहेगा. दिस इज तमिल प्रोवर्ब. एंड जिसका बैग में कुछ नहीं है वो रास्ते में डरता क्या है,
तो झुलाते हुए चलता है.
So I think the fear of losing is the biggest challenge for rich people. जो गरीब है वो डिसीजन जल्दी लेता है. Success in life is delta. Delta is equal to x2 minus x1. x2 is where you are. x1 was where you were. And my x1 was 0. खोने का डर 0 को नहीं होगा. So I think today you see a lot of poor people take big decisions, bold decisions, fast decisions. And rich people are scared of taking decisions.
Yes.
So this is the challenge that society is having.
अच्छा, एम्प्लॉय माइंडसेट से एम्प्लॉयर माइंडसेट में आप आए कैसे? इट्स नॉट इजी.
ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं जब भी मुंबई के लिए ट्रेन में बैठा तो आई वाज थिंकिंग दैट वन डे आई विल बिकम एन एम्प्लॉयर. It was a government job, and every man thinks government job means secured job. Lifelong, no one will ask you to go home. So I was thinking that my family is now secured. Then I married a working wife. She was with State Bank of India, and she was earning 25% more than me. 2 good salaries. Then I felt life is fully well settled. Now looking at life, one way of looking at it is you are fully well settled, relax. Another way of looking at it is the end of our chase. So मैं अपने आप से पूछा था कि जीने आया या जीतने आया. जीना तो कोयम्बतूर में भी जी सकता था, मुंबई तक आया तो जीतना है. बड़ा बनना है या बुढ़ा होना है. बुढ़ा तो अपने आप होता है, वो भी सरकार नौकरी में जल्दी होता है. बड़ा बनना है तो रिस्क लेना है. तो ये सब चीज बैकग्राउंड में चलता था. आई वॉज अ रेस्टलेस किड, आई वॉज अ थ्रिल मांगर, एंड आई वॉज ऑलवेज थिंकिंग मैं जो भी करूंगा लोग देखे हैरान हो जाने चाहिए. Everybody should see, oh, Velumani is doing like that. See, there are 5 decisions which I have taken, which I have brought me here. 1982, I take a decision to go to Mumbai without discussing with my parents.
ऐसे ही
टिकट ले लिया, बताया टिकट ले लिया करके. That's why I keep telling in life, either you can discuss or you can decide. You can't do both. And then decision तो ले लिया.
This is superb.
टिकट दिखाया, वो रोक नहीं सकता है. Second, I married a Bombay girl, working wife, without discussing with my parents. It was not a love marriage. It was an arranged marriage. But I knew my parents will not allow me to marry a Bombay girl because they have a fear that Bombay girl means I have lost my son. It's general. So I did it thinking that I'll convince my parents.
She was from the same
yeah, everything was matching except that her father moved one generation earlier and I came in the next generation. Otherwise there was nothing for parents to worry about. Only thing is Bombay girls. Bombay girls, there is a kind of picture created.
Delhi girls also.
So my mother was worried that she will lose me, and I only made one punchline to my mother. You don't worry that I am not going to live here, but be assured you will be living there. So then she has understood my son has some plan. So second decision is marrying a Bombay girl without discussing with parents. Third one, I resigned a government job without discussing with my wife. Now, that's something which is very rude according to many people. But then I know one thing, what I can see, I only can see, even my wife cannot see. And if I go and discuss, she will tell her father that he is resigning. Then वो आएगा, यहाँ लड़की इसीलिए दिया था कि you are a government officer and then नाटक कर रहा है अभी. That's very difficult to handle.
Very difficult.
So I took a decision and I intimated her I have resigned. Without discussing with the directors of the company, I took a decision to go for IPO. Because IPO is a very serious step. You are opening it for public, a lot of questions, a lot of scrutiny, a lot of disclosures. So my family, I didn't again discuss, it was a decision. And final was I exited the business without discussing with my children. So this is something I am known for that. Many say that this is autocratic. You say whatever you want. For me, the reason for success is my ability to take decisions.
Yes.
And there is nothing known as a right decision. Take a decision, make it right. So I've been doing that, and I believe this is the journey. Until 37, I was an employee. I never dreamt I will be an entrepreneur. I think the entrepreneur dream was within a month's period, it got in, shaped up, resigned. Within 1 month's period.
क्या हुआ था उस महीने में? मतलब what happened?
No, in that way, those days, thyroid testing was, demand was too high, supply was too less, because of which it was overpriced. And because long queue is there, people used to give once in a month report. So I understood there is a space where you can disrupt. And I believe I could see in a right time, a right opportunity, and executed with the right spirit.
But just with a little money, you didn't had that fear कि अगर by chance नहीं workout हुआ तो?
No, I said तो workout नहीं हुआ तो what do I lose? Comfort. Government means less pressure, जीरो प्रेशर, कंफर्ट,
हम्म,
वो पगार तो कहीं भी मिल जाएगा करके कॉन्फिडेंस था. आजकल इसीलिए
हाँ
लोग डरता है कि कुर्सी पे बैठ के रोता है, लेकिन
हिम्मत नहीं है छोड़ने
हिम्मत नहीं है छोड़ने के लिए.
हिम्मत नहीं है छोड़ने की
सो ये थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग है. आई वॉज नोइंग दैट ये पगार तो कहीं भी
कहीं
मिल
भी
जानी
मिल
चाहिए.
जाएगा.
एंड वन अदर रीजन वाज माय वाइफ वाज वर्किंग विद स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया.
Are you same very similar conditions?
Yes.
I also
why
live.
why you need two salaries? एक ही बॉस से.
Ah,
That's
my
not.
husband is
Right.
working, so I was like, "कि छोड़ो सरकारी नौकरी, we will do whatever I want to do. I want to work in education. I'll do that."
And one more reason was I didn't have an EMI.
Me also.
So since I didn't take any loan from government, I could easily move out.
Mm.
So that also was there. More than anything else, I am a thrill monger, risk monger. I did it. So I today sit and realize, yeah, decision tha.
अच्छा था.
So whatever it is, all that ends well. You can always justify that you took a right decision. But having said that, didn't have a business background. सरकार नौकरी में बैलेंस शीट नहीं होता है. एंड मार्केट क्या है, प्रोडक्ट क्या है, ब्रांडिंग क्या है, लॉजिस्टिक्स क्या है, एचआर क्या है, एवरीथिंग आई लर्नड ओनली आफ्टर गेटिंग इनटू द बिजनेस. पंचलाइन, निकल पड़ो, रास्ता अपने आप बनता
है.
अगर आप सोच लिया कि मैं रास्ता दिखने के बाद ही निकलूंगा, आप कभी निकल ही नहीं पाएंगे.
बिल्कुल बात.
So this was my way of looking at it, and in fact I must tell you, the one who doesn't make mistake only succeed. This is the feeling for everyone, but the truth is, the one who makes more mistakes becomes successful if he knows how to avoid that mistake again.
Yes.
So punchline is, make mistakes, make all mistakes, never repeat.
And make them quickly.
And make them fast.
Make them fast.
So who wins in business? The one who learns first and learns fast. Do
Yes.
that. So I did that, and for me, fortunately, those days, less competition, less pressure. Of course, less opportunity, you can also tell. But having said that, I got into business, scaled up very fast. See, one thing I'll tell you, the main reason for my success is not my strength. There are two kinds of products in the market. One is pull product, another is push product. Push product means the customer doesn't actually need it, you are trying to push it.
Yes.
Then what happens? Your customer acquisition cost sometimes more than the product cost. That means you are gone. In my case, it was a pull product. Market was charging more, cheaper one was needed. Market is giving late report, faster report is needed. Accessibility was not known, I made accessibility. So I think all these things put together, mine was more of a, wildfire kind of reach. Within 4 years period, I had 600 branches.
4 years.
All district headquarters in India had Thyrocare outlets.
Could you visit all of them?
Obviously, it was a system which was running. I don't think State Bank of India chairman must have visited all his branches. It's a system which was running. I might have visited some 25 of them in the initially. Subsequently, the managers and the team was
managing it.
See, one thing is, those days there was no word tech. And when I got into the business, there was no internet. There was no mobile.
And nowadays, I cannot even imagine कि diagnostic lab report
in a smartphone.
मतलब it always comes in a smartphone कि वो paper पे मिलती थी.
And I created a single laboratory for 1 billion population without internet. I picked up sample from each and every district headquarters and made the sample to travel to Mumbai via the closest airport From 60 airports, I used to get sample every night, same night, before midnight and only in night. I was a logistics king. And people used to wonder, इतना जल्दी rice report Bombay से कैसा मिलता है? That was the kind of questions. And then very unique logistics. बहुत सारा चीज मेरा business में innovation से लाया था. I think you differentiate or die. This is the punchline I read somewhere. If you don't differentiate, you won't grow.
You won't grow.
And if you don't grow, you will die.
You will die.
So this is how it was. But having said that, it took 27 years for me to reach a stage that it's $1 billion company.
That's hard
I
work.
must tell, never personally I have borrowed. Never, company has never borrowed. And people used to ask me, Velumani, such a financial prudence, where from you learnt? I tell them that I learnt from my mother, because she never borrowed money from anyone. I think success in life is not how much money do you make. It is how little money you need.
Yes.
So I could visualize that, and I could manage my life frugally. My mother was frugal. My wife was more frugal. I'm very proud to tell today my daughter is most frugal. It's all a matter of how you perceive, how to use wealth. And I am a man who is now very loud in social media to tell them frugality will make you very powerful, very peaceful, and very rich.
Yes.
So I think people are understanding and following.
I also definitely feel not your clothes, not your gadgets, not your cars, or all of this shouldn't tell your wealth.
Yes.
Your balance sheet should.
No, actually, today makeup has become the norm. Even whether it is looks or it is wealth, there is too much of display. And then I somehow feel EMI I would never accept. But then today I am very rich, I have enough money, but still I want to be frugal. Punchline. When you are poor, being frugal is natural. But if you are rich and still frugal, that's a great statement.
It's a statement and that's a choice you make.
And people respect you for that. Yes. There are many who think that a huge car and a huge bungalow will get them respect. And if somebody is very rich and if he lives very light, he is more respected.
Very true.
So I am obsessed to that. And I have not gone in a first class, club class, no. And I am very happy enjoying what you call as. I haven't still changed from my government employee lifestyle.
That's the key. Very true. So nowadays you had a very loving relation with your family, your wife. But nowadays we see young couples, ego problems, financial problems, and number of problems, divorce rates, and as we were discussing when we were having tea, the kind of married but single status they are living. So what is that which kept you as a couple bonded?
I think relationships, especially with husband and wife, people think it is love. I don't agree with that. First, it is trust. Then it is respect.
Yes.
Then it is love. If the order is ulta, gadbad. So it's I keep telling now a new punchline. If there is love at first sight, be prepared. There will be a divorce in the first fight. To that extent, it has become. They were for 4 years, 5 years before marriage, they looked as if they are made for each other. And within a month or two after marriage, they can't look at
each other.
So this is the problem. I think love, if it is first, it fails often. If it starts with a trust, maturing to respect, maturing to love.
Love.
And sometimes I keep on telling it takes 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years. But then current generation doesn't have that patience. And they want to argue that I am not making sense. I think my love for my wife was only after 15 years of marriage. Until that time, we didn't hate each other, but then there was not truly any, it takes time to develop trust, to develop respect.
Yes.
And then finally, it's love.
Hmm.
And I am of that opinion, if jaldi jata hai, jaldi jata hai.
Jaldi aata hai, jaldi
Jaldi
jata
jata
hai. Very true. तो आपने थायरोकेयर खोला, बहुत सारे इमोशनल सेटबैक्स भी आए होंगे.
बहुत सारे
Emotional setbacks आए होंगे. Was there a point when you felt like, you wanted things to work in a particular way, they were not working, or
See, I'll tell you what happens in business.
Hmm.
If it is logically growing,
Hmm.
it will never have upsets.
Hmm.
You suddenly feel I should become in next 3-4 years a billionaire. And illogical growth, you can't manage it. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, you heavily borrow, anticipating a fast result. Results are delayed. Borrower is putting pressure, and you are distressed. The next one, your product is not working, but you thought this product is a disruptive product. It didn't work. You had a set of team members. You didn't respect them. A couple of them have suddenly gone. It's gone. So I think for me, never I had a setback. There used to be some small issues. Without any issues, you can't run a problem. But then, as I said, none of the problem was taller than me. That means I didn't even count if there was problems.
Do you believe in God?
Very, very difficult question to answer. I used to believe in God because my mother believed in God, not because I believed in God. My mother, whatever she did, I was believing. At an age of 20, I lost one of my friend for cancer. We both used to go to one temple every year walking, thinking that God will take care of us. And one year we went to the temple, and next year he was not there. I alone went to the temple. I felt very bad that God was probably not kind to him. Then I worked in Tata Memorial Hospital, Cancer Hospital in Mumbai, where in the corridor, when I wait for a lift, I see 2-year-old child with 1.5 kilogram tumor in the head. And I used to think, is there a God? And if God is there, why this child should have this punishment? Why not the parents directly punished? Why through the children, the parents are punished? And then finally, when I lost my wife, I felt God is watching, can't do anything. So if you ask me today, I don't hate God, I don't talk against God. But then this is a little sensitive topic. There are a good number of people who believe God can solve all problems. If you believe that believing in God will reduce your stress and give you peace, please go to temple every day. Nothing wrong.
Psychological booster.
That's it.
As Kant says, there's a philosopher Kant who says that it's a psychological booster. Do you believe in soul?
Soul, I don't believe that one man's soul goes away and that goes and rebirth. All those things I am unable to believe. For me, a man is dead means it's gone, it's over. I don't think the rebirth is taking place. But at the same time, these are all perceptions of people. Don't want to challenge it and don't want to question it. I don't have a belief. I don't have a belief. According to me, once you are gone, you are gone. I don't think somewhere a rebirth takes place. If by any chance, if that is true, I will first find out where is my wife.
Very true. It's very rare. This is my personal observation that It's very precious to be loved, but it is more precious to love.
Yes, very, very
Most people
important.
can't truly love somebody.
I think again it is a personality.
Hmm.
There are some who love even people without reason.
Hmm.
There are some can't even love the one who has given birth to them. So this is extreme. This brain is very, very unique piece, which sometimes goes to craziest levels of extremes.
Hmm.
But having said that, a peaceful mind is always loving relevant people, and peaceful mind loves more people than they deserve.
That is a.
Nothing is wrong in loving more because that gives you more happiness, more peace. Hating people is negativity.
Very true.
And very often there are people, I have seen two extremes. One who loves everyone, other who loves none. Isaac is. You must always have a dozen or two around you to whom you love a lot, or respect a lot. Again, that is trust, respect, love cycle is there. And it could be a teacher, it could be a mentor, it could be a neighbor, it could be a colleague, everyone. It's a mind to mind connect.
Very true.
And that need not have any bias of age, sex, nothing. You respect and you love, and that's it.
That's it. You must have met many unreasonable people in your life.
That is, population has 10 or 20% of criminals.
Unreasonable.
And then that you are not living in any isolated population, selected population, random population. Random population चोर भी रहेगा. बस you need to.
क्या तरीका था आपका उनसे डील करने का?
नहीं, ऐसा है, either you avoid, ignore, and even if you find that person is unreasonable, you find a way that he misses you, you don't miss him. That is the biggest punishment. Yes. So I have done that.
Did you ever felt, a kind of, because you have a little similar looks to Rajnikan. Yeah, did you have that, I am the Rajnikant of my area?
No.
My domain?
It was not like that. He came into Tamil Nadu cinema when I was 17 years old. And that is the time when I started seeing movies, understanding movies. So he was a very powerful villain. Rajnikan was introduced as a big villain. Then only he became a very mass hero. And then I loved his entire, I would say, screen time. I think I think he is in the movies for the 50th year. This year probably is 50th year.
My goodness.
And this man has matured in Tamil cinema. He is not from Tamil Nadu. He is a Maharashtrian from Bengaluru. He came to Tamil Nadu. And he has not committed a single blunder. Movie stars have enough reason to get misguided by the money, power, and the fandom. This man is very simple, straightforward. Give mic, he will make a lot of sense. He is a very powerful motivator. And in movies, he will dialogue of enriching every relationship, sometimes mother, sometimes sister. And also, he will make employees heroes at the cost of employer downsizing, because he loves motivation to rickshaw drivers, to every kind of people. The movies, MGR and Rajnikanth probably had similar kind of screen approach. I used to love him for the punchlines, and I think I have become powerful in punchline because of three people. One is Rajnikanth, second is Amitabh Bachchan, third is Salman Khan. These are the three guys who remembered more for the punchlines than anything
yes,
else.
You're right.
So then I realized I can also coin words intelligently and create my own punches. And then, once you get audience, then only your punches are punches. In the last 10 years, somebody arranges an event, gives me a mic, puts 1,000 people in front of me, and then I punch. So I think for the last 10 years, I've become a bit more successful as a mass mentor.
Yes.
I didn't know that I have this ability.
Hmm.
And now I understand. I have, many people tell me, sir, your voice is addictive. I'm happy because Amitabh became Amitabh because his voice is
Voice.
addictive.
Huh.
And then people tell, whenever I am little down, I go to your Instagram, I watch 10 reels, I am recharged. I'm happy that it happens. And it's all available now for decades for people to relish and enjoy.
So I feel it is very important that whatever music lessons that we have learned, it should come out.
Yeah, in that way,
Huh.
create energy in people by using right kind of subject, context, delivery of dialogues, so that they also very often get recharged.
How do you want to be remembered?
I think all those who are born in after year 2000
Hmm.
and all those who are born before 2100 should remember me as somebody who has motivated them to create jobs. That's it. I think my goal is to motivate people. Today, if I hold mic and talk in an event, 1,000 jobs are created. So for my 1 hour talk, if 1,000 jobs are created,
That's
and
great.
that gets recorded and puts in social media, and if it reaches, I might be, I should be remembered in this century. Somebody who helped to create jobs most is Velumani. That's how I wanted to be remembered.
This is such a good
The
ambition.
reason again for me to exit my business was I found I have a power to motivate youth. All my employees I motivated. They become highly productive and my business become highly profitable. Now then I thought, if I motivate employees, I might motivate maybe 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. But if I motivate employers,
How much you can.
thousands of thousands can be getting jobs. So I am on it. I am a mass mentor and I do create a very huge amount of energy in people. When I finish my talk, I see people going back with a lot of, whether they remember
Vision,
tomorrow, next week or next
enthusiasm.
month, I don't know. But then that night they will find it difficult to sleep. They think, maybe I didn't do this, maybe I didn't take decision, maybe I found it risky, maybe my spouse didn't agree with me, maybe I discussed with her
Too
unnecessarily.
much. Huh.
And maybe because my father was rich, I didn't get into this.
Yes.
No, I am only now 40, I can still do. That kind of energy, if it creates, there are many times the government people have resigned their jobs because Velumani has resigned there. Many people write to me, sir, that was lingering in my mind. After listening to you in 2019 in that event, I took a decision and I have resigned. Today I have 40 employees. Wow. So I am very happy that it produces positive energy.
What an entrepreneur should not do.
An entrepreneur should have, again, I won't say what he should not do, because let me tell you, what he should do is easy to teach. I have been telling he need to first have patience. It's not a marathon, it's not a 100-meter race, it's a marathon race. It may take 15 years, 25 years to see even 100 crore. So have patience. Second thing is, you must have focus. Very often people do 3 businesses together. You can't do that. One at a time. You can manage 3 people, but you cannot manage 3 businesses. Many people argue with me, Ambani manages 15 business. No, Ambani manages 15 people. 15 people, each of them manage 1 business. So you have to have focus. The next is, you need to have frugality. Very often 5 crore turnover आया चढ़ जाता है. उसका मतलब you have become victim of your own creation of money.
Yes.
So that means then you won't be successful. You need to live frugal. Frugality is must. Frugality is needed for a common man. Frugality is needed for a government officer. Frugality is needed for any kind of a vice president or even for employers. Frugality is must. For governments, frugality is must. Otherwise, government will become bankrupt. So the frugality is important. The final is discipline. There are people who are disciplined till they see money. Subsequently, they lose discipline. And then they stagnate.
And then they go down.
So I think these 4 are the things which a businessman should keep in his mind. The next one is, if you're in a hurry, you need experienced people to give fast results. Costs are not in place. Take freshers. I always have been advocating, take freshers, train them and use them. I have employed 25,000 freshers and I have trained them, and I have created not jobs, I have created managers. I think very important is, don't consume somebody else's manager.
It's something
very
which
often
is,
it's happening. They go to the competition and find out 3 or 4 managers, each ka leke aata hai. And that man who has come today, tomorrow will go. And sometimes you take batches and the same guys go in batches.
Batches.
So I think
I read a very interesting story. So there is a lion and he employs 3-4 ants, and ants are doing good work. Suddenly he sees that, maybe I can increase the productivity. He calls a mouse. He says, please oversee. And then the mouse is saying, report. So ants forget the work.
And they're only reporting.
They are all reporting.
I must tell you, there are 3 kinds of cats. Cats have nose power, eyes power, ears power. So, first kind of cat can smell good, well, see well, hear well. You don't have to tell where the mouse is. The cat will find out where the mouse is. It will keep on catching, eating, and you don't need any guidance to be given.
Okay.
The second one, all the 3 are average.
You tell.
So you go and ask, do you want a mouse? Yes. Get up, go 5 steps to your left, 6 steps in the front. Do you see a small hole there? There is a mouse there, wait there. And he waits, the mouse comes and it catches and eats and looks at the cat again, asking for instruction, where is my next mouse? So that can catch a mouse if you guide and teach. There is a third mouse or a third cat.
Third cat.
This third cat cannot nothing. चूहा खाना है, डिस्टर्ब मत कर. चूहा, खाने वाला चूहा मारेगा. अरे
तेरे लिए बात कर रहे हैं.
But then he realizes something is wrong. He himself goes, picks up the mouse, puts on the table. Thank you. That means he did not even have energy to get up, go there and catch. This is the third kind of cat. Society has all the 3 kinds. Employee, you see, now you will see with 3 categories. One who does work without even giving instruction, he takes up responsibility. The other one, given work, done. The third one, 3 बार बोलो, उसको समझ में भी नहीं आएगा काम क्या है.
I think many entrepreneurs this is the Dukti Rag.
Yeah. See, every organization also has underpaid assets and overpaid liabilities.
Very true.
And the intelligent entrepreneur has to elevate the underpaid asset, eliminate the overpaid liability, and titrate the remaining. Change the job KRA.
कि तुम ये
करो, ठीक है, वो कोशिश करो. Somewhere they find it working. So titration, it becomes successful. So this is must for an employer to do every year end. Take a call. Who are underpaid assets? Elevate them.
And eliminate
one mistake employer should not do.
Hmm.
Don't give unnecessary increment to an undeserving candidate.
Yes.
That will make all intelligent to get frustrated. And what you will lose is the intelligent guys. What you will retain is the ordinary mediocre.
Yes.
So very important is human resources management.
Yes.
There only to win in any journey of business. What you need? First, a dream.
Of course. Huh.
Second, a team.
Team.
The third, with steam. A team without a steam is crowd.
Yes.
A team without steam is a crowd.
It doesn't boil anything. It doesn't boil. It doesn't cook anything.
So it's very, very important. Your team is given energy. I also want to entrepreneurs to understand, the more you train, the more is the profits. Very often people don't understand the importance of training. Especially in today's environment where every 2-3 years new technologies come, new gadgets come, new strategies come. If you don't teach him, he is not going to perform, number one. Number two, there are 3 reasons why people leave jobs. One leaves the boss. Second one leaves for the better salary. Third one leaves because there is nothing here to learn. So easiest to give is learning. So keep on doing that. That individual will become addicted to it. When I came, I knew nothing. This statement is very powerful. If he can get up and talk in a mic, when I came here, I am nothing. And 7 years, I have become now general manager. That's the power.
That's the power.
And that motivates the other employees. I don't have any knowledge here. Nothing here is worth learning. And no one teaches. This kind of environment is there, people will not be there. So keep them learning additional talents, knowledge, very, very important.
My last question to you.
Yes.
How do you see India?
India is going to be the most powerful country by year maybe 2050, or if things don't work all right, 2070. India already is the most populated country. Even a per capita income going from $4,000 to $10,000, we will be the richest economy. May not be per capita income.
No, but just overall.
Economy.
Overall, huh?
India has intelligence. India has education. India has knowledge. Many countries have X number of intestines. Many countries have 2x counts of hands. India has X brains. That means every Indian has the powerful brain. So I have a reason to believe Indian will rule. Both his hands and his head will coordinate, and we will produce the best for the world. India is such a country where huge resources in terms of green, in terms of hills, in terms of rivers, in terms of all natural resources. I believe अपना टाइम आएगा करके टी शर्ट में लिखते थे. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है अपना टाइम आ गया.
We are such honored to have you
Thank
here
you very
with
much.
us.
Thank you. I enjoyed today's.
You guided our student. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And my parting punchline: जो काम करते हैं वो बुड्ढे होते हैं, जो काम कराते हैं वो बड़े होते हैं. Please get on to entrepreneurial role, not in 20s, in 30s, and make sure every graduate create 1,000 jobs, because for every graduate in this country there are 1,000 people non-graduates. So this is my wish, and wish you all a very prosperous tomorrow in the most powerful country, India. Thank you.
Thank you.